you hear me?
Yes, I can hear, I can see you, and it's perfect. What about you?
Yeah, I can say well. You pronounce yourself Irena, right?
You can choose either Irina or Irina.
Irena. Okay. I'm fine with both.
You okay with Yoda?
Yep, all good.
Okay.
So what's the plan today?
The plan today, I don't know, to be happy. How are you?
So let me see. You have a project, right? What's the name of your project?
What's that? Sorry.
What's the name of your project?
WELD Money.
Well, oh yeah, I can see it now. And did you launch already?
Yes, we're alive.
And oh, here we go. Now I can see it. Okay. So basically it's an PDO that you open for it, right? And today we're going to do an AMA for the PDO in general, to explain to your users what is the PDO.
So how do we start, with some questions or how it works? And where is
yeah, so we can start with questions, or we can start with kind of review. Did you introduce to your users what is a PDO or not yet?
Yes, they know already.
Okay.
But it would be amazing if you can also give some short overview.
Sure. So we can start by me give some, like you said, an overview about what is PDO, and then in touch base with your questions that you may have.
So may I ask you, so we record this interview and then publish it somewhere, right?
Yeah, so the reason I'm recording that, so I can give you a copy later on, and you can do with that any kind of promotion or sharing that with your community. And
you also share this at PDO community?
That's something that you need to ask Kyle.
No problem.
All right, cool. Good. So let me share my screen so I can basically explain the PDO over there. Let's see. Tell me when you can see it. Okay?
Yep.
All right, good. So so basically, what is the PDO, right? So PDO, it's not initial offering, right? It's not standing for IDO, ICO, IPO, or any other I that's usually representing initial offering for projects that go in live. It's designed to serve projects that already launched somewhere, and they basically need to have a boost from here forward. It's something new that we just brought into the market. So it will take time until people will wrap around their head what is PDO and how it works. But in general, I can give you the highlight first, why it's needed, and then how it works. So first, why it's needed is because a lot of projects that coming into the market, and doesn't matter if it's project from 2017 or 19 or 21, you can see that a lot of them dying, right? Every time there is a bear market. Almost any project out there that helping you to fundraise money or do kind of staking, it's usually designed to help projects to go to the market, but it's not help them to stay in the market, right? And then even the staking concept that every project is utilizing, doesn't matter if you have your own staking program or you have some other platform that you're going to utilize. The problem with staking is that it's not really helping the project on the long run. So for example, imagine to yourself that you launch a project, you have token running on somewhere, let's say PancakeSwap, and then you come to user and say, hey, instead of be active user and selling my token, do you mind to put those tokens under some lock for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever, and I will give you more free token, right? So that's what this staking all about. It's basically reducing sell pressure from the market, but it's not really increasing buy pressure. It's not really changing the value of the token. It's not really increasing liquidity. It's doing nothing besides postpone the future. It's just telling to user, instead of be dumper today, do you mind to be dumper down the road in a few months later? And in exchange, I will give you more free tokens so you can be better dumper, right? So all the staking concept is not really helpful, and it's hurting the project, but project doesn't have a choice right now because they try to reduce sell pressure during a bear market because everybody wants to sell the token. So that's the only tools that they have available. And the PDO is a new tool that designed to help project to scale. It's basically, instead of be a launch pad, it's a scale pad, right? What that means that if you have tokens, instead of going give them away for staking in the old-fashioned way, you're basically utilizing those tokens in order to solicit existing user or new user to buy from you those tokens in a way that not only allow you to raise money, but also allow you to do different type of staking model that increasing the value of the token and increasing the liquidity of your token in the market, right? And how it really works is that I will give you an example. If you go to PancakeSwap, right, and you want to buy a token, doesn't matter which one, any token actually in the market that you want to buy, right? So let's say you want to buy Bakery, right? So Bakery, it's kind of a very well-known project, right? And let's say you want to buy, we'll put here USD stablecoin so you can see the difference. Let's say you want to spend $10,000, right? And you want to buy the Bakery. Pay attention that when you're going to buy any token in the market, what will happen is that you will have price impact, right? And you can see here, even though this project is very well known, basically, if you would push $10,000, the price impact will be significant. You see here? Because it's not blue chip Ethereum or Bitcoin pool that $10,000 will not move the needle. With regular project, usually $10,000 move the needle. And you can see here that there is a huge price impact. So what is telling you? It's telling you two stuff. Number one, it's telling you that if you will push $10,000, if the price of one token is $5.24, you will not going to get $10,000 divided by 524. You will have a slippage, right? The first token will be maybe 524, but the next one will be more costly. And eventually your average total will be kind of, you see here, you're going to pay basically, you're going to pay 0.38 per token, right? So eventually what will cost here, and I will show you here the difference, instead of pay 0.31, let me show you, let's say I want to buy one token, right? So sorry, it's not 50, it's 119. So that's the cost. You're supposed to buy a token for 0.97. You see here? That's the cost of one token. But if you're buying many, right, like $10,000, basically your price jumping to almost by 2, right? So eventually you be damaged because you lost a lot to slippage. Now, if you push $10,000, it's not like the price increase significantly and the community enjoy from that, because in every DEX around the world, there is front-running attack bot. So the moment that you're changing the needle more than 1%, you basically inviting bot to attack your transaction and front-running you and basically steal the transaction. So as a user, you're losing because you're buying the token for twice of the price that you're supposed to pay. And as community or project, you're not enjoying from appreciation because some bot steal that appreciation, right? So basically, every DEX that exists right now in the market, hoarding project and hoarding users. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So how you basically work around it? How are you solving that? And the answer is that the PDO solving that. So the PDO allow user to come and push as much as money that they like, and they can buy directly from the project. So you can see here, this is you have here two PDOs that offering two different terms, right? One offering 150 APY over 90 days, the other one offer 60% APY over 180 days. So what that means is that user can come and basically push here as much as money can have or want up to the maximum that you allow here. And basically every token that you will buy will be based on the current market price. So it's not like initial offering that you have initial price like 1% or 10% and everybody buying at 10%. With PDO, it's going checking in real time. And you can see here, if I will click here on your project information, and I will go to the market, your token pool, I can see here that this is your token and this is the price right now. So in other words, if I will go to PDO and push $10,000, I will be able to buy $10,000 of all your token with the same price with zero slippage. And the reason for that is because you allow users using the PDO to buy those tokens directly to you and not from DEX, right? So users do not have slippage, it's not losing. Then if you're pushing the money to liquidity pool, here I can see that 45% of your money go to liquidity pool. And here you chose 50% of the money go to the liquidity pool. So what that means that once somebody doing transaction, 45 or 50% of the money will go to the liquidity pool in real time. It will go to PancakeSwap, for example, and it will push that money in order to buy tokens from DEX, but with front-running attack protection. In other words, if the price needs to jump, it's really going to jump and the community going to benefit, and not front-running bot will steal that appreciation and keep it, right? So it's huge difference. User get no slippage, so no damage to user. Whatever the price in the market is basically enjoy from that. Doesn't matter how much money pushing. And then the community enjoying from appreciation without any stealing from bot, right? And then you can see here that as a project, you chose also to split the proceed, not 100% go to the liquidity, but you chose to split the proceed that 45% will go to the project as a fundraising, 10% will go to buy early investor from Dumper Shield. We can talk about that in a few minutes more, what is a Dumper Shield, and then 45 of the money will go to the liquidity pool. Now, pay attention that PDO is a completely decentralized, which means there is no any kind of a personnel that reviewing who want to launch a PDO, nobody improving PDOs. Basically, you're not adding your logo, set your price, everything taking place automatically. The moment that you open a PDO and you have a tokens to basically to offer. And by the way, PDO can be opened by any person, not just project. Which means if you have a developer or early investor or advisor, or even some buyer that holding your token and doesn't want to dump it into the market and lose the slippage, maybe want to sell some of that and keep the other some. So by offering PDO, you can basically offering to people to buy the same tokens that they can buy on PancakeSwap or SushiSwap or Uniswap with price that is currently on the market, but without slippage. In other words, user that will come to the PDO will get better rate than what they can get from PancakeSwap if they will go to PancakeSwap directly. So in other words, investor or developer that holding your token can sell token on market value because there is no ability to decide to give discount here, right? So you can sell on market price and not hoarding the token price in the market, right? And users still benefiting by buying from it. Now, if you're offering an APY on top of the market price, not only that user do not have slippage, but basically they can have kind of a two-in-one. So instead of today go to PancakeSwap and buy a token, and let's face it, most of the token in the market, they're not utility token. In other words, if I have Ethereum, I may, for example, buy BNB because I need BNB in order to invest in a project, right? So that means that the BNB acting as a utility. But if I bought, for example, Bakery token, what the heck are you going to do with that? The answer is nothing. Most of the token in the market, they're not really useful as a utility on daily basis, which means whoever buying them is a speculative investor that's hoping that the price of the token will increase over the time. So if you're buying into token, doesn't matter which one, most likely that if there is any staking program somewhere, you also want to, after you finish buying, go and stake it, correct? So what that means is the PDO is like two-in-one. Instead of go to PancakeSwap, losing the slippage, and then take the token to another place and stick them again, in one transaction, you can have everything built in, and you can have basically the APY built in as part of the purchasing. So it's like one click and everything done automatically, right? Now, PDO is very new. So every time project basically joining to the PDO, which I believe you will see more and more of them coming when the market starts shifting, because we see all the time that when market becomes to be more bullish, we can see that more investors looking to invest in token. So obviously, when you have brand new project, everybody excited about to go after them and invest in them because then they appreciate a lot, right? But if you have a very good project that's already in the market, it can cause to existing investor or even brand new investor to basically want to invest again into that project in exchange for APY, right? And especially if everything is booming, because most of the tokens, you know, during bear market losing 95% of the value, which means just to restore the value, project need to do 10, 20x just to go back to where it used to be, right? So a lot of attention will be when the market will start to be changed, and you will see investor coming to new project, but also to existing project. And if the existing project, it's better to buy token through PDO and not through DEX, right? And losing basically to slippage. The good thing is that every time someone buying from the PDO, you're buying at the market price, but once you finish to buy, second after that, if some of the money go to the liquidity pool, that means that that money being used to buy token from the market, increase the value in the market, and then it creates liquidity and increase the liquidity pool. In other words, the second guy that wants to do the same, it doesn't have the same price like the first guy, right? So there will be like a race, who coming first, because if you hit the bottom before me, you will have the current price and I will have price after you finish your transaction. So I will have a price that is higher than what you invested. So in other words, every time investor staking or in buying a token without slippage and staking is basically increasing the value of the token in the market, right? Which is different than today's staking, because many people can stake and price not moving, right? It's not changing. It's not increasing the price of your token in the market, but PDO will increase the token value. And not only that, when somebody pushing money, like I said, it's also increasing the liquidity. So for the first time, people can invest and stake simultaneously in a way that is better than the tools that in the market, and increase the value and the liquidity of the project in the market. So that is very unique. Obviously, once project will start to do marketing, because the main idea is like, you know how crowdfunding website works, right? Everybody open his own profile, and then everybody doing marketing to his own profile. So if you have community, you most likely want to drive your community to your PDO and basically pay and let them know to pay attention to your offer, right? But once the market will start to shift and there will be a lot of projects, imagine yourself that each one of those projects bring its own traffic, right? So once there will be a lot of traffic coming in, because each project will drive its own user to its offer, then you will have a massive traffic that's sharing, which means if you have, for example, 100 or 1,000 projects driving traffic to their own PDO, eventually your PDO will enjoy from traffic from others, right? It will be kind of sharing traffic eventually. Obviously, right now, everybody needs to drive his own traffic, but eventually everybody traffic will benefit everybody eventually, right? So that's how the PDO works. Good thing is that, and that's hard to understand at the beginning, is that once people will come to know what is PDO and how it works, they will pay attention to this tool that calls Secure Future. I'll show here, Secure Future. So the Secure Future is basically a tool that's designed to work during a bear market. Right now, people do not familiar with that. They don't even familiar with PDO yet, what it is. But once they will start to familiar with PDO and they will learn about the Secure Future, that means that when the market will be going down from time to time, they may utilize the Secure Future instead of go directly to the PDO and investing. And in overall, what the Secure Future is basically a tool that allow you to simultaneously invest and not invest in the project. It's like a quantum finance position that you can take your money and simultaneously you can send it to work on AM Finance, Venus, Component, protocols like that, and generate whatever you're supposed to generate from your money over there. But on the same time, holding position like you invest in the project with the APY that the project is offering. And then you don't have to make decision right now. You can actually simultaneously hold both positions. And if you're happy with stay with Component or Venus, you can stay with them and you will enjoy from the APY with them. But if you change your mind and you think that the project can offer you better liquidity, better appreciation, you can change your mind. So for the first time ever, quantum finance basically solution come into play into blockchain that allow investor holding two positions simultaneously and drop one of them later on. So in other words, you can see first if WELD money will make it, and if it make it, then you can say, okay, I don't want Compound Venus to stake my money. I actually go back and hold the APY, the original APY from WELD money. It's a little bit confusing because it's quantum finance concept and it's not clear immediately to the regular mind how it works. But in general, there is no risk for investor to utilize the Secure Future. Investor can put $10,000 directly in the PDO, and that means immediately the money will go to the liquidity pool and to you and to the dumper chute, like you basically split it here, right? Or investor could put $10,000 in the Secure Future, and then what will happen, it will hold your offer for future date without commitment, but it can still grab that commitment. So it doesn't have to, but it can if you want to. And it's a great solution during a bear market that you not clear if you want or don't want to go after a project. So you can hold that position as an option to invest without losing that position. So that's really new technology. Like I said, it's completely decentralized. Like any other technology, we need to make sure that people will learn how to utilize it. I believe that when the market will start to shift, we'll see more projects utilizing that because projects that went into the market during the previous cycles or the last cycle will need to raise money again, or will need to increase liquidity or increase awareness. And the current situation, by sending user to DEXs to buy from DEXs or staking, they're not really helping the project to raise money or increase liquidity or increase the value of the token. So this is first of its kind scale path that's actually designed to help projects to stay in the market and keep scaling after the launch position, right? Now we can do questions if you have.
I have no questions because I know your product very well.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's good. And I don't know how large is your community, but definitely if you have investors that bullish on your project, even that the market is not bullish. So obviously it's better for them to buy your token from here and not from the DEX. And by the way, people buy your token every day, right? It's you can see here. right? This is your pool, right? So you can see that everyday people buying and selling, correct? So what it's telling you is telling you that if everyday people buying and selling, those that buying basically losing for slippage, and they're also not benefiting the community and the project from appreciation because the bot's stealing that appreciation. So in other words, all those people that buying, right, it makes sense for them to buy through the PDO. So your first goal is basically to solicit that your existing user that if they're buying, and you can see here every day you have buy pressure, right? So whatever the buy pressure is, even if it's minimal, you want to encourage people to do it through the PDO so they can get more, and the community and the token will get more, right? And then once your user will play that game, obviously you will have different type of user that they're not bullish on your token. They kind of want to see how your project will play. They want to see if you're going to make it. So you can introduce to them to the secure future and tell them that they can basically put BNB into Venus to stake in, but simultaneously holding and keep that APY for future date. And they will have 52 days to change their mind. Anytime that they like, they can stay with basically with Venus. And if they will decide that they want to pick up this APY, anytime that they want, they can pick up this APY. So there is no risk for them. So those are your first new users that you want to introduce to your offer and bring them here to buy from you. And then once the markets will start, we also going to, as you can see here, there is incentive to welcome affiliate, right? So if you have community that want to make some money, you can tell them, hey, come over here, and basically you can drive user to open PDO on our PDO, and later on we will offer even affiliate from specific project, not just from the entire launch, from the entire scale pad, but from even specific projects. So you can basically introduce user to be your affiliate and say, if you don't want to invest, but you know other community, you can spread the word and you can enjoy from some income stream coming every time they're investing, right? So in other words, we're building tools as much as possible to help project to not just to come into the market, but the scale pad is help them to stay in the market as much as possible. And right now, it's the only tool that exists in the world. There is no other tool right now that helping project after the launch, right? So that's very unique about it. But like I say, it's very new. So we still need to spread the word and introduce that to the world. So there is a lot of work for the world to learn about it.
Thank you for the short overview with detailed explanation of all the points of PDO.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, so I can give you, like I said, the video clip. You can even share it with your community, but obviously your main work right now is to drive traffic to your offers and solicit people to buy and stake with you using the PDO. And
so if you don't mind, I will also share my screen to explain a little bit what we are doing and what is WELD Money.
Sure. Let's see.
Just stop sharing. Yeah, that's fine. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Marina Lawrence, and I'm a co-founder of WELD Money. The last 6 years, I've been involved deeply in the crypto market. So I worked in the crypto hedge fund, also was part of the VC arm, investing in different crypto projects. So I know from the inside what the market is about and how it looks from the investor perspective and from the user's perspective as well. So, and 1.5 years ago, together with my partners, we decided to establish WELD Money and to solve the biggest, I think, problem on the crypto market is it is liquidity. So actually what we're building, that's infrastructure solution for different Web3 projects. And it's kind of neo-banking for different digital assets. So under the digital assets, I mean, not only crypto, also some internal tokens of different platforms, which we can see on the market, like Twitch has own digital asset. Telegram also will launch the same stuff. So all these platforms become a multi, let's say, usage platform with own money. Also, there is a huge upcoming hype that we will see in the next few years, launching of different metaverses and later CBDCs. So what we're doing, we are building the platform which will provide all the infrastructure solution and payment solution for all these Web3 projects and including this digital assets. So I'll share my screen to show what we've done for now. Tell me, please, if you can see it.
Yep.
So here you can see my Apple Pay and our first product, that's Weld Card. So that's actually a traditional fiat zero balance card in a partnership with Visa and with Mastercard, acceptable everywhere where you can pay with Visa and Master. The only difference, this card is linked not to your bank account, like in traditional worlds. This card is connected to your crypto balances. For example, let's go to my Weld account and I'll show you. For example, currently to my Weld card, I have to roll again, seems like. Yeah, sorry, stop sharing for a second. Just give me a minute. And done. So let me share again. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
So currently to my card, Hobby account is connected. So I can connect via API keys, one of my favorite exchanges. And then I just make prioritizing. So first of all, for example, I want to pay with my USDT because it's bear market and I don't want to spend my crypto. When it's empty, for example, I would like to pay with my Ethereum. When Ethereum is empty, I can connect, for example, another exchange and use the balance that I have there. So for now, we have 2 exchanges live, but we are very flexible and we would like to integrate all of the exchanges from top 20 list. And you are free to choose any of the exchange that you normally use in your, let's say, daily life. And the advantage of this solution, it is that you don't freeze money on your card account or on your bank account. You just can continue trading, for example, and only the particular amount that is needed now for the payment would be withdrawn from your account. So that's the first step of the product, when you can integrate your centralized exchange, because we understand that the mostly people are still using centralized exchanges. But on the second stage, which we will launch very soon, we will integrate Weld Card to custodial wallet. So you would be able to, using your favorite blockchain, to top up your card and then pay with those assets that you send to your card wallet. And the last stage, you will love it because that's something what nobody did before, but the market needed so much after the FTX crash especially, that is direct connection of WELD card to your non-custodial wallet. So what does it mean? That means that we want to take away all their centralized entities in the middle, like banks or centralized exchanges, and you would be the only holder of your private key from your MetaMask, for example, or Trust Wallet, and you just sign the permission for WELD card for monthly withdrawal. For example, I know that monthly from my card I pay $2,000. So in the beginning of the month, I signed the permission for WELD card for this amount. And then this money is still on my wallet. But then, for example, when I pay for my petrol, $50, then WELD withdraw this particular amount from my wallet to be paid. So that's a completely game changer in the Web3. And if now, for example, you hold your crypto on your ledger or your MetaMask, you are not able to spend this crypto. So that's only the way how you can hold your money. But to pay, for example, with those even USD that you have on your ledger, for example, you have to either transfer this money to centralized exchange, and then you are in danger because we know what happened to FTX, or you have to use some unknown P2P platform or some exchange, and that's not something that you do only on the daily basis. So with our solution, that would be possible to pay directly from non-custodial wallet. So, and I would like to show you how it looks from the inside. So let's explore one of the transactions. As you can see, I'm active user, so you can pay for anything, like taxi, any kind of shops, petrol, whatever you need in your daily life. So let's explore, for example, transaction. Yeah, here. So I paid for my coffee using the crypto. So, and as you know, in real life, that's something that is quite difficult because, for example, the cost of the transaction in Ethereum network sometimes even higher than the cost of the coffee. So it doesn't make any sense to pay with Ethereum. And yeah, in our case, we make possible to proceed even small transactions. So how the case looks. So I just made an order in average coffee on the street, and I just got my bill for €5. In this moment, I tap my phone using Apple Pay, Google Pay, or even physical card to POS terminal. And in this moment, our bank debits this transaction in fiat overdraft. And in other words, you will have minus €5 on your account for a second. In the meantime, WELD goes to my source of funds, which is Hobby, and transfer from my Hobby wallet to WELD corporate Hobby wallet this particular amount in crypto. As you can see, that was 4.7 USDT. As this transaction happened inside of the particular centralized exchange, that's completely free of any blockchain transaction fees. The only fees that you pay, that's our transaction fees on the top of each transaction. So we charge from 0.5 up to 3%, depending on your card level, on the type of the transaction, and the payment region. So as soon as WELD gets a crypto on Hobby, for example, we just give an answer to bank and processing centers, and transaction was successful. And as a customer, I just have my paper bill from the POS terminal. So all this way takes only 2-4 seconds, and then transaction done. So that's actually the way how you can pay with this, for your daily expenses with a small amounts. And the main advantage of the solution that both sides, the bank and the merchant, are still dealing with fiat, because the merchant got his overdraft in the fiat. So that means that they don't need to change anything in the system, neither POS terminals, nor accounting or financial system. So literally we'll integrate all the digital assets in the current financial system, given the option to be as a payment method everywhere. So one more thing I want to show you that OpenSea platform, the biggest NFT marketplace. And as you can see here's me, Satoshi Nakamoto behind me, Weld Money in my heart, and my crypto tower. That was a gift from my team, this NFT. Why I'm showing you this? Because that's pretty unique case. And here you can see the traditional Weld card. And we just made pilot program with in partnership with Visa, when we can issue NFT cards. So what does it mean? That's not only like a design, which you can place on the card after I prove I'm the owner of this NFT. That's also some offline NFT utilities. For example, on this card, I have 5% cashback on all the restaurants. So if you will buy this NFT from me, I'll lose this preference and you will have 5% cashback on restaurants on your card. So that's pretty unique, let's say, case when we can integrate NFTs in the real world with real utilities that you can use not only online somewhere in the metaverse. That's also something that you can use on a daily basis in real life. And this case helps us to create any kind of white label solutions in a partnership with other blockchain companies. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we're building infrastructure solution for all the Web3 companies, and we provide easy way how to use their infrastructure in real life. So for example, we issue white label cards for the blockchain. We integrate this blockchain, we integrate their native token, as an example with Near. And you're able to use Near protocol blockchain and Near as a token to pay your coffee in the nearest supermarket, for example. So this kind of B2B2C solution that we provide to other players on the market, like blockchains, different wallets, metaverses, gaming platforms, centralized exchanges, and different gamify platforms. Because to explain you, for example, on the case with KuCoin or any other exchange, to issue own card for the partner for some of the blockchain projects, they need to go to each payment region. They have to pass all the compliances of the banks, of the local regulator. They have to follow all the local AML and KYC policies. They have to integrate local card issuer and support all these connections and customers. So that's quite long time to obtain all these licenses and make technical integrations. So we offer a pretty simple solution when all the Web3 projects can integrate us as a hub with connections to existing banks and this option to issue cards. So there's much more simple way how to get own cards. So if you're a Web3 project, just contact us and you will have your own white label card, you will have your own payment solution, you will have your native token integrated in our system. And it's actually great opportunity because that gives you a new utility of your token. For example, for Avalanche, for those users who are holders of AVAX token, that's amazing case when you can use your token not only like something in the Web3 world, also as a payment method and real money in the real world when you can buy anything that you need with your tokens.
So, question.
Yes,
so when somebody connecting is centralized exchange, what is it that you're withdrawing? Only stablecoin or any type of coin?
It depends. So for now, we support any type of for stablecoins. That's USDT, USDC, DAI, and BUSD. But we will integrate all kind of altcoins and the Bitcoin as well to be as a payment method, because for each of this token, for us, it seems like great marketing event. So for example, next week in the partnership with one of the big blockchain, we will launch a new payment method and new token to be as money using WELD card.
And who is your provider for load unload fiat to crypto?
We have our own crypto exchange license in Lithuania. That's where, so once per day, we collect all the crypto that we got from our customers, exchange it to fiat, and send it back to close all the overdrafts, fiat overdrafts for our customers in the traditional banking system that calls clearing. And that's what we do.
Gotcha. All right, interesting. And what is your token? How is coming to play in that system?
That's a great question, because as I mentioned, our commission is completely different for different users. So that's exactly where our token is involved. So for token users, you have less commission, so you don't pay so high fees, and you have minimal fees on the this side. And also, as I mentioned, now we just started the pilot program with all these NFTs, and we will integrate something that we call internally, we call pay to earn. So that would be kind of gamification of the payment process. So you will do exactly the same what you do each day. You will spend money for some supermarket, petrol, I don't know, clothes and stuff like that. But you will have cash back on the top of money that you pay in crypto. And that's something that where our token is involved. So you can buy different NFTs and this NFT card with unique utilities, and that's where you definitely need WELD token.
Gotcha. Interesting. All right, sounds cool. Yeah, so let's see how far it will fly, and I will keep following.
Yeah,
and
your time. Thank you for your attention. If you have any kind of question about WELD Money, feel free to join our community and ask there. We have 2 incredible chats with our team members and people who believe in us. And
how big is your community right now?
What's it?
How big is your community?
We're in total with all the communities for different regions. We are like 40,000 people now, and that's early adopters, and we invite all these people to communicate and help us to build the perfect product. So we organize kind of table talks when we invite our users and ask them, like, what kind of features do you need? What kind of traditional fintech products do you need, like insurances or some deposits or loans? So for example, you can give your crypto as a collateral and get fiat to pay for your daily expenses. So that's kind of something that we would like to build for our users. That's why our community that, let's say, people who also can manage the product, can change it a little bit, and we also every time we ask the opinion of our users, because we build the product for our users.
I understand. All right, cool. All right, good thing. All right, I will keep following.
Okie dokie.
All right. Cheers.
So,
bye.
You will send the recording in our group, right?
Yeah, I will send you over.
Cool.
I have your email.
Time. Have a good
Right.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.